Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I thought I would share with you 8 celebrity fragrances that I feel are really decent fragrances in their own right. Like, you know, a lot of times we say decent for celebrity fragrances, but these are just really great perfumes. So I wanted to share them with you. But before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the Weird and Wonderful family. I would love to have you part of the community. And without further ado, let's get into this. Now, I thought I would put them in order, least favorite to most favorite. I've actually never done one in order. So I'm going to start, this is number 8, and it's Reb'l Nude by Rihanna. So this one has guava, pear, and mandarin orange in the opening, and I definitely noticed that guava especially. And then in the middle notes, you get some florals. So you have gardenia, orange blossom, and jasmine sambac. I notice a floral, but not necessarily what type of floral is in this. And then in the base, you get vanilla orchid, sandalwood, and musk. So for me, I definitely get that guava, and then I get some sort of floral in there, and then the musk. So the floral kind of bothers me. The guava is nice enough, but I just don't like the pairing with the musk. That said, lots of people really love this. Coco Pebs just raves about this one. So I didn't want to not include it because, yeah, lots of people like this one. Okay, so number 7 would be Jessica Simpson's Fancy. Now this fragrance, this to me smells a little bit like a caramel apple. This one in the opening has pear, apricot, and red berries, but somehow it just comes across a little bit apple-y to me somehow. And then in the middle notes, it has caramel, almond, gardenia, and jasmine, and then the base has vanilla, amber, and sandalwood. So what I get out of this is kind of, I get that tartness. So maybe it's the red berries. To me, it smells a little bit apple. I notice that caramel, a little bit of that almond, the vanilla, and then also the amber. So definitely get quite a lot of amber in this. So this one is very nice, but for me, it's a little bit too sweet. So that's why it's near the bottom for me. But this is a major favorite of many fragrance reviewers on YouTube. So definitely check this one out. If you're a fan of the caramel fragrances, super sweet, syrupy fragrance, you're gonna love this one. So the next fragrance is another Rihanna fragrance, and it's Reb'l Fleur. Now this one, I definitely prefer it over the Nude. This one has peach, plum, and red berries in the opening, and then it has coconut, tuberose, hibiscus, and violet in the mid, and then the base is vanilla, patchouli, musk, and amber. So what I get, I definitely notice that plum, definitely get the coconut, a little bit of that tuberose. I notice the musk and the vanilla in this one, but also the amber. So I don't notice the patchouli so much. There's a bit of a creaminess because of that coconut and tuberose. So a little bit lactonic. This smells just kind of delectable. It's a little bit sensual, and I think it's really pretty. And I've heard that many men enjoy smelling this, so it's definitely worth checking out. In number 5 spot is Sarah Jessica Parker's Lovely. Now this fragrance, it's quite powdery. A lot of people say it's like Narciso Rodriguez fragrances, and I totally get that. Like, I've got a Narciso Rodriguez Pure Musk for her, and it smells kind of similar to that. So this one's a bit aromatic. This one's a little bit less floral, I find, than my musk one, but definitely this is a musky fragrance. So this one's kind of interesting because it has martini as a note, which is kind of fun. It's got lavender, bergamot, mandarin orange, and palisander rosewood. So like quite woody, aromatic, a little bit of citrus in that opening. And then in the middle you get patchouli, orchid, and narcissus. The base is musk, woody notes, cedar, and amber. Now this one to me just comes across very musky with a bit of that, like I can smell a little bit of that aromatic aspect in the opening, but it doesn't come across as lavender per se. But just a little bit of that aromatic aspect, and then with that musk. So the nice thing about this is it smells sophisticated. It's relatively long lasting. Like I get about 5 hours out of this one. It smells classy. It's not too sweet. So usually with celebrity fragrances, you think super sugary sweet, which, you know, you get with some of these, a little bit sweeter. But this one is just, to me, a really sophisticated yet simple fragrance. That would be great for daytime office wear. I like wearing it to bed because I find it really relaxing. So yeah, this one's really nice. So next fragrance is Ariana Grande's Cloud. Now this is super popular throughout the webosphere. And for good reason. So this one is sweeter, but it's really quite sophisticated and different, and I think it's beautiful. So this one in the opening has lavender, pear, and bergamot. I don't really notice those, I just notice the lavender. That's what I get mainly. And then in the middle notes, you get whipped cream, coconut, praline, and vanilla orchid. I don't notice any floral, but I definitely get that whipped cream and the coconut. And then the base is musk and woody notes. And I definitely get a good dose of musk. So yeah, like at the top you get that lavender, but then you get this beautiful milkiness with the coconut, the praline, the whipped cream, and it just makes kind of a nice, sweet, but airy fragrance. And then you get lots of that musk in there as well. This is pretty linear. It lasts a pretty decent amount of time, like at least 6 hours on my skin. This is one that I find really comforting. And like these two both are really musky. They both have lavender, but this one is significantly more sweet, but also more airy somehow. But they both have a decent amount of musk as well. So this one's a lot less sweet, a lot more, you know, I don't know. They both would work for every day, but I find this one more relaxing and this one more cozy somehow. But yeah, this is a really decent perfume to check out. I like wearing this more in the fall for whatever reason, although I can see people wearing this all year round because it's not overpowering and it's not a perfume, even though it's sweet. It's not going to get cloying because it's somehow airy. So yeah, really decent. Now in number 7 spot is Sophia Vergara's Love. Now this one is really decent. I actually really enjoy this. It reminds me of a cross between La Nuit Trésor and Black Opium. So this one has passion fruit, orange blossom, mandarin orange, and green apple in the opening. In the mid, it has Colombian coffee, orchid, coffee blossom, orris, and magnolia. And then the base has praline, vanilla, amberwood, and ambrette. So this, like I said, it reminds me of a cross between La Nuit Trésor and Black Opium. I don't really notice the coffee in this, but it's definitely kind of that, to me, I always describe it as kind of a chocolatey note. So a little bit of a sweet berries and chocolate vibe, like a blackberry and chocolate, like even though this has passion fruit in the opening, like that's just kind of how my nose perceives it. So I don't get the coffee as much as I get kind of more of a chocolatey vibe, similar to what I get from La Nuit Trésor. I think that this one's really decent. It's not as long lasting as Sophia, but I get about 5 hours, and so for a date night fragrance, that works for me. It's sweet, it's delicious, it's delectable, and it's you know, one of those more sensual, seductive fragrances. So I think that this is a fantastic option if you like kind of the La Nuit Trésor or Black Opium. This is in that same genre, and it's so affordable. So it's definitely worth checking out. And this is my number 7 spot. No. Number 8? Number 8 spot. Now in number 9, no, this is in my 3rd spot. I've messed this right up. This is number 3. This is coming in at number 3. My number 2 spot is Jennifer Aniston's Chapter 1. Now this one, I love this fragrance. I don't hear many people talk about it. It is so nice, and it's very reminiscent to Eau de Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford. but a fraction of the cost. So this one's really decent. This is just kind of a teeny bottle and very weird shaped bottle, but it definitely gives you that beachy solar vibe. So decent. It's right up there with like the Bobbi Brown Breach or Eau de Soleil Blanc. Sophisticated, a little bit aromatic. This one has pink pepper, orange blossom, and bergamot in the opening, and I definitely get that pink pepper vibe. It kind of reminds me of the cardamom in Eau de Soleil Blanc. So there's that little bit of spice in the opening, and then it has tiare flower, tuberose, jasmine, and vine in the middle notes. Definitely get that tiare flower feel in this one, and then musk, tonka bean, and teakwood. So it's definitely, again, more aromatic, definitely not sweet, but it gives me that solar beachy vibe, and I love it, and it's such a great price. Now the longevity on this one is about 3 hours for me, so not great, but really Eau de Soleil Blanc doesn't give me much better, and it's like significantly more money. So definitely try this one if you love Eau de Soleil Blanc, but you don't want to put out for the price tag. Give this one a try because it's pretty decent. No, it's not exactly the same, but it still gives you that sophisticated beach vibe. Like, and I'm not talking like bronze goddess vibe, definitely too peppery for that. This one could almost be unisex as far as I'm concerned. And it is really, really, really decent. So definitely check this one out. And my last one, I'm not going to talk about it for very much. It's number 1 on my list. Can you guess what it is? Can you guess? Let me hear you say it. It is Sophia by Sophia Vergara. I've talked this one to death, so I'm not going to say much other than it's like a cross between La Vie Belle and Coco Mademoiselle, where this is La Nuit Trésor and Black Opium. This one is Coco Mademoiselle and La Vie Belle. You're getting sweet, juicy plum with some currant in there in the opening. It's delicious. And then you're getting some florals and a little bit of spice. It's gorgeous. It's sophisticated. It's cheery. It's a little bit flirty, and it's just beautiful. It is sweeter, so it smells more juicy and fruity than Coco Mademoiselle, which is more orange citrus in the opening. But this is so beautiful. It's so classy, and yet it's so happy. This is definitely in my top 10 for sure. So this is one of the most phenomenal perfumes. Such a great price. The longevity is excellent. Like, I get 6 to 7 hours on my skin. It's fairly linear, but it's so beautiful, and I think it's also a great blind buy. I think most people would like this. Not everyone, but this one is really decent. So yeah, this is my number 1. This is number 2, which is so excellent. Jennifer Aniston's Chapter 1. And then Sophia Vergara's Love would be my number 3. And yeah, really, really decent fragrances. So definitely check them out. If you haven't, give them a sniff if you're able to, and tell me which ones are your favorite out of this list. And I also would like to know, is there a fragrance that you love that's a celebrity fragrance that I don't have that I should know about? My sister, she got the Madonna the Truth or Dare, like the one that comes in the clear bottle. So not the white one, but the clear one. Looks just like it, but clear. That one was a super ambery scent. She loves it. It just didn't work for me. So it made me feel kind of sick. But that one I know is super popular. I've heard that Adam Levine's is good. I've heard Justin Bieber's Key is good. I've heard that Shawn Mendes's is good, but like part of me was like, a guy celebrity scent. I wasn't sure if I wanted to try them. So if you have one that you just think is phenomenal, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. I am curious about some of the other Sophia Vergara fragrances. There's Paradiso or something like that. Like, there's a few more tropical looking ones. And if anyone's tried them, I'd like to know how they liked them and whether they're worth checking out. But yeah, let me know what your favorite celebrity scent is. And other than that, I hope you have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.